Welcome to the introduction of ISO 45001-2018. ISO 45001 is the new international standard for occupational health and safety. Sets the minimum standard of practice to protect employees worldwide. The organization is responsible to continually providing and improving a safe and healthy workplace for the workers and related interested parties. Implementing operational controls to prevent or reduce the 374 million non-fatal work-related injuries per year, creating a work environment and conditions to prevent ill health and to reduce the estimated 2.78 million work-related accidental mortalities. Who is responsible for the health and safety in the company? Every employee is responsible for the health and safety of the organization and not just nominated representatives. Yes, we are all responsible. Implementing an effective ISO 45001 management system has the following benefits. Leadership is committed to continuously improving the OH&S performance by improving the staff morale, increasing the productivity, reducing of workplace incidents, reducing absenteeism and staff turnover, and the reduction in insurance cost and legal cost. The following key definitions in ISO 45001. A hazard is any source of potential damage, harm or adverse health effects on something or someone. A risk is the combination of the likelihood of the occurrence of a harm and the severity of that harm. An accident and/or incident is an unplanned event causing injury to someone or damage to property. It includes environmental incidents. ISO 45001-2018 implements the Annex SL process and structure, making integration of multiple ISO management system standards easier. Its elements can be aligned or integrated with those of other management systems. ISO 45001 structure is aligned according to the recently revised ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 with their high-level structure and emphasis on managing risks, emphasizing the PDCA cycle to achieve continual improvement, which requires leadership, commitment and participation from all levels and functions of the organization. Clauses 4 to 10 contain requirements that can be used to assess conformity to the occupation health and safety system by considering the issues referred to in the context, the need of interested parties and the scope of its management system to determine the risks and opportunities that need to be addressed. Now let us look at the key clauses of ISO 45001. In Clause 4, we need to understand the context of the organization. In Clause 4.1, the organization shall determine the internal and external issues. In Clause 4.2, we need to understand the needs and expectations of interested parties. In Clause 4.3 and 4.4, we need to determine the scope of the occupational health and safety system within the organization. In Clause 5, the leadership is committed to implementing and improving the occupational health and safety system by establishing policies, roles and responsibilities. In Clause 6, the organization planned the processes to ensure the success of the occupational health and safety system by identifying the risks and opportunities that need to be addressed to ensure the strategic objectives will be achieved. In Clause 7, the organization determined the resources, competence, awareness and documented information needed. In Clause 8, the organization shall plan, implement and control the processes needed to achieve the occupational health and safety requirements, including the preventative actions determined in the risk assessment of potential hazards and incidents. In Clause 9, The organization shall determine what needs to be monitored and measured to meet the legal requirements and the criteria to evaluate the effectiveness of the occupational health and safety system. In Clause 10, the organization shall implement corrective actions when incidents and nonconformities occur and to continually improve the suitability, adequacy and effectiveness of the occupational health and safety system. The PDCA model demonstrates the interactive process used by organizations to achieve continual improvement and to achieve the intended outcome of the occupational health and safety system. The first step to successful implementation of ISO 45001 is to determine the context of the organization. Clause 4.1 The internal issues. Issues include conditions, characteristics or changing circumstances that can affect occupational health and safety system. Internal and/or external issues can result in risks and/or opportunities. The internal issues can be related to organizational structure, roles, accountabilities, capabilities and organizational culture. Standards, guidelines and contractual relationships. Changes in relation to the working time requirements. Introduction of new products and equipment, information systems, flows, decision-making. The external issues that needs to be considered and monitored can be cultural, political, economic, legal, natural surroundings, and market competition. New competitors, technologies, laws, new occupations. Key drivers and trends in industry sector. Relationships, perceptions and values of external interested parties. Section 4.2 Understanding needs of workers and other interested parties. The internal interested parties includes needs and expectations of both managerial and non-managerial workers and workers' representatives, and the contractors that work on site and the suppliers. The external interested parties that affect or can be affected by the organization can include consumers, legislators, the shareholders and the media that can have a positive or negative effect on the image of the organization. The needs and expectations from interested parties become obligatory requirements for an organization if the organization chooses to adopt them. Clause 5. Leadership and worker participation. The management shall demonstrate leadership and commitment with respect to the OH&S management system by taking overall responsibility and accountability for the protection of workers' health and safety, ensuring that the policy and related objectives are established and aligned with the strategic direction, ensuring the active participation of workers in all activities of the health and safety system, ensuring that the resources needed are available. Promoting an OH&S organizational culture. The organization shall establish a process to ensure effective participation of non-managerial worker participation, identifying hazards and assessing risk, investigating incidents and nonconformities, actions to control hazards and risks, identifying training needs, and communication. Clause 6. Planning. The following must be considered when planning the OH&S system. Internal and external context issues. How to meet the requirements of the interested parties. Actions to address the risks and opportunities. The legal and other requirement that has an impact on the organization. The organization shall establish objectives at all relevant functions and levels to maintain and improve the management system by continually improving in its performance and to retain documented information. Objectives include the monitoring of the interested parties and the risks and opportunities. Thank you for watching the introduction of ISO 45001 Part 1. You can also visit our website at www.mpquality.com. In Part 2 we will cover clauses 7 to 10.